Something that I wanted to mention in my last video that I didn't mention was that when I was in the gym and I was working out, I noticed that I was jumping from machine to machine and just doing my thing, right? And I was getting something out of it. But that's one way of working out. One way is to jump from machine to machine. There's many different various forms to do everything in life. Whatever it is that you do in life, it doesn't matter what it is, there's many different forms of going about it, okay? So that's why you have so many different versions of Christianity, so many different, sects and this and that, so denominations and all of that. So then there's so many different ways to look at any one thing. So one of the many little revelations that I got while I was working out was about 30 minutes into it, I had this revelation that said, okay, you worked out, okay? Now, normally, that would be a workout for somebody out there, right? And they would say, okay, I worked out today. Now, what my revelation was, you worked out this type of way. Put that in a folder. Now, try working out this way. And create a different type of workout on top of the workout you just did, okay? And then make this workout, label it something else to the degree of, okay, we're going to spend more time on each machine. We're going to do more reps. We're going to do higher weight. We're going to do whatever it is. And then that's going to be different than the first workout. First workout was like that. The second workout is like this. So then you see how accumulation can produce more outcome, more results. And that, I don't know about you, but everything in life, we do it to see an outcome and a results. So it was something that tweaked up here, a revelation that said, okay, normally you would just leave and say, okay, I worked out. Now put that workout in a folder, like if it was on the computer kind of thing. Put it in a folder, create a new folder, and say, this is what we're gonna do now, and then apply that workout to the new folder. Now let's bring this to a Christian perspective. Now, whatever you've been doing for God, whatever you've been doing, up to this point, find new ground, new territory that you haven't explored, new territory that you haven't given to God, right? New things that produce good fruit, that bring you closer to God, right? And then just start to develop this new folder that you start to put new things into that folder. That old folder is stuff that you've done already over and over again, right? But the definition of insanity is to do the same thing over and over again expecting different results. So if you're not seeing results where you're at, transition and start to include and add to your faith. So maybe you've never won a soul before. Maybe you've never evangelized before. It's no different than telling somebody about, oh, did you see the good movie, The Sound of Freedom? Right? That wouldn't burden you to do that. You would just be suggesting The Sound of Freedom in terms of the movie, and you would be saying, yeah, go watch it. Okay, that's a form of evangelism, except that you're doing it for a movie, right? So it's no different to tell people, hey, have you heard that Jesus Christ can take away, your demons? He could give you identity, that he could bless you, he could heal you and deliver you. He's not religion. Did you know that? Did you think that Jesus was religion, that he was just a fairy tale, that he was just like a story, a myth, somebody that, that just somebody people thought? No, did you know that you can feel him, experience him, and know him personally? Like, saying that can change somebody's life. And it's no different than to tell somebody about the movie or a restaurant or whatever else. You're just telling them about something good that you've heard that you feel will benefit them, okay? So then, when it comes to your Christian faith, remember the folder thing. Whatever you've been doing up to this point, add to it. Because what you want to do is, you want to get closer to the Lord, and you want to see how your personal relationship with the Lord can be edified and bear more fruit, how you get closer to God. And so that's why I always say, read the Bible. Maybe you're just reading a verse a day. Maybe you're just reading a chapter a day or a book a day. Okay, so add to that, right? just like leave that other folder to the side, create a new folder and say, okay, starting today, I'm going to challenge myself to do X, Y, and Z. Okay, put that into a new folder. Create a new way of approach to a new column of life, you know, and just say, you know what? And along with that comes a sense of excitement. It's like something new, something fresh, something I haven't done. Okay, yeah, I'm into this. Let's do it. And you're challenging yourself, but at the same time, you're growing. And that's what God wants us to do. He wants us to be the ones that stretch ourselves, grow ourselves. He put it on us to follow him. He didn't force us or make us or bend our arm. He just said, follow me. But along with following him, you have to do certain things that die to the flesh, right? And so, yeah, right? You know, if you're into this video, write on the comment section what it is that you're going to incorporate in your new folder, that you're going to say, okay, you know what? I'm going to read, I vow to God that I'm going to read X amount of books in the Bible a day, right? There's some books that are just one chapter. There's some books that are three chapters. Very, very short books. So then, you know, there's other books like Genesis is, wow, it's pretty long. But the point that I'm trying to make is that don't excuse yourself from doing it. Put yourself in the game. Put yourself in there. Stop watching people from the bleachers and rooting them on. Put yourself in the game on purpose and say, I want to be part of this. I want to be part of growing with God. I want to know him personally. I don't want to just hear about him. I want to know him, right? And if all I'm doing is just praying, then I'm going to add to that, you know? And you put what it is you want to do. Just add to it. You're going to see, you're going to find it. It blesses you to do it. And then you're going to add more and more and more and more and more and more to it. So I mentioned in another video that, you know, life is perspective. It's how you see anything, right? It could be a drag for some. It's a game to others. And it's exciting to someone else. And it's the same thing for all three. Why is it any different? It's the way that they're looking at it. You've heard of the saying, you know, there's a glass that's half empty, half full. For one, it's half full. For another, it's half empty. Right? It's still half a glass to both. We have to change the way we think so that it can benefit us and benefit God. So if it's not glorifying God, then it's not benefiting you, and it's only benefiting the devil. So you got to cut that out. Cut that dead branch out. Go against it. Change your mind. Whatever it relates to, change the mind. If it's not glorifying God, it's not bearing good fruit. So God bless.